What's going on, guys? Welcome to Inside the Horseshoe. My name is Matt, and the Indianapolis Colts have revealed their initial 53-man roster. I'm going to share my thoughts in just a minute. Before I do, though, if you're new, if you haven't already, I would greatly appreciate if you would click that subscribe button. Also, click the bell icon. That way you're notified when I upload a video or when I go live. If you like the video, please smack that like button. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Let me know your thoughts on this 53-man roster. And if you have a Twitter, follow me on Twitter, horseshoe_pod. There is a link in the description down below. So, Colts put out their 53-man roster. Over the next couple days, this could change. I would expect it because they will try to claim players off of waivers. There's already some players that are going to be brought in for workout. So, I do expect this to change before the end of the week. But we're going to go with what the initial roster is right now. We're going to start quarterback. No surprise, 3 quarterbacks. It's Daniel Jones, Anthony Richardson, and Riley Leonard. The only question I had with this group was who's going to win that battle for QB3. Is it going to be Riley Leonard or is it going to be Jason Bean? And of course, as we saw in training camp and in the preseason, I felt personally like Riley Leonard had the edge. He ends up making the roster. I'm not too surprised. You're obviously not going to cut Anthony Richardson because you can trade him for something if the plan is to move on and not have him be a part of next year's roster. But I don't see that being the case. But still, if they wanted to move him, they could do so via trade. There are teams that would be willing to give up a draft pick for Anthony Richardson. Moving on to running back, we got 3. Again, no surprise here. It's DJ Giddens, Jonathan Taylor, Tyler Goodson. This was the group I expected. I think DJ Giddens was battling for a roster spot, of course, and I think he's had, again, the better offseason. So I'm not too surprised that he ends up making the roster. Now let's move on to wide receiver, and we got 6. Again, no surprise. It's Josh Downs, Ashton Dulin, Anthony Gould, A.D. Mitchell, Alec Pierce, and Michael Pittman Jr. No surprise. This is the group I think everybody expected it to be. I like this group. I think this is a pretty good group. So I'm pretty happy with who we have on the 53 when it comes to receivers. Moving on to tight end. 4. We got 4 making it. Those 4 will be Tyler Warren, Mo Alley Cox, Will Mallory, and Andrew Ogletree. I felt like that number 4 tight end spot was really going to come down to Ogletree or Jelani Woods, but of course we saw earlier today that he was waived, so that obviously meant that Andrew Ogletree won the job. And if you watch the last couple preseason games, Jelani Woods was out there after Andrew Ogletree and Will Mallory, so it really felt like after that 3rd preseason game especially that Jelani Woods was going to end up missing the cut and he was not going to make the roster. If he does go unclaimed, he will be on the practice squad. But I'm telling you guys right now, I would be shocked if he is not claimed. There will be a team that is needing a tight end that will pick him up because of the size, the athleticism. I think he has potential to be a really good tight end. It's just injuries definitely played a factor in him just not making our roster. So I do wish him luck if he does go to another team. But I'm not too surprised that Andrew Ogletree won the job over Jelani Woods after that 2nd and 3rd preseason game. Moving on to offensive line, we have 9, which is 1 less than I thought it was going to be. Your 9 offensive linemen are Tanner Bortolini, Matt Goncalves, Quentin Nelson, Danny Pinter, Bernard Ryman, Braden Smith, Jalen Travis, Luke Tenuta, and Dalton Tucker. I thought they were going to go with 10, but really the guys that made the 53, most of them that made it on this offensive line, I'm really not surprised. I knew that I was probably going to get a guy or 2 wrong on the offensive line, and I ended up getting at least 1 player or 2 wrong. I got 2 actually incorrect, but most of these guys I figured would make the roster. Just it came down to that final spot or 2. So that is your group on the offensive line. And we're going to move on to the defense, starting with defensive line. We have Double A, Aditamawa Adibare. Sorry. Double A is what I call him because it's easier for me. DeForest Buckner, Samson Ebukam, Neville Gallimore, Eric Johnson, Leatu Latu, Taekwon Lewis, Kwity Paye, Tim Smith, Grover Stewart, and JT Tuimoloau. Again, I apologize for getting some of these names butchered. I do apologize for that. But anyway, I'm a little surprised Isaiah Land didn't make the 53. I thought he would have made it with this group. Unfortunately, he does not. I thought he played quite well in the preseason, in my opinion, but I guess it wasn't enough to make the roster. But again, most of the guys that you see here, they were expected to make it. It was just those last couple spots. So that is your defensive line group. Moving on to linebackers. We got 4. We got Joe Bacci, Zaire Franklin, Cameron McRone, and Segun Alubi. Now, Jalen Carlise was placed on the IR, but I believe he can come back after the 4th game. He's listed on IR, but designated to return. So he will be back. All right, so moving on to cornerback, we have 6 that ended up making the roster. Those 6 are Mekhi Blackman, Jonathan Edwards, Xavier Howard, Jalen Jones, Kenny Moore, Charvarius Ward. I'll be honest, I am surprised that Juju Brents was waived today. I thought Juju Brents was going to make the roster. I thought he would have been part of the 53. I understand he's had a lot of injuries that he's dealt with in his entire career so far. However, I still thought he was going to end up making the roster and not be waived. So that was a surprise to me. So really, Howard, Jones, Moore, Ward, I'm not surprised they made the roster. But of course, I didn't see Blackman making it because when I uploaded the video, Blackman was not a Colt yet. And then Jonathan Edwards, I didn't think he'd make the roster over Juju Brents as well. Moving on to safety. We got 4. We have Cameron Bynum, Nick Cross, Daniel Scott, Rodney Thomas. Again, no surprise here. I figured these would be the guys that would make the 53, so not too surprised. And then lastly, but certainly not least, we have special teams, long snapper, Luke Rhodes, punter, Rigoberto Sanchez, and then kicker, Spencer Schrader. Again, not surprised. I felt like these guys were 100% guaranteed to make the roster, so not terribly surprised there. But that is going to be your 53. Again, changes will be made. You will see guys added to the 53. You'll see guys released from the 53. So once we get to next week, we're going to have a different roster. And of course, I will make videos talking about players that are being added to the roster. But that's going to do it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Matt, Bleed Blue. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you like it, make sure you watch one of these other 2 videos. They're cool. Also, if you're new, please click the subscribe button as well as the bell icon. I greatly appreciate your support.